The single most important thing for those considering Bentley ownership is by far the vehicle's history. If it's a car which has been taken care of, loved, respected, serviced, etc. in the way that one of these vehicles deserves, that is by far the key thing to be looking for, and this is exactly that kind of car. In fact, with a full service history behind it, this 2007 Continental GT Mulliner in Moonbeam Silver has that full service history, still has its original 2 keys as well, and was most recently serviced barely 200 miles ago, including a full health check as well, and is also supplied with a private plate. Of course, being a Bentley, its kit level, its comfort, the sheer space that these cars have are all a given. It has built-in navigation, of course climate control, self-leveling suspension, the list goes on and on. But as we've said before, the real standout about these cars is how they drive. There are plenty of cars throughout history, in fact, which have been tremendously quick or fantastic through corners or which look good and sound good, but usually certain cars very specifically fit into each of those niches. The reason why the Bentley Continental GT was in particular when they first came out from this same kind of era, even pre-2007, around 2003, 2004, is because there was nothing like this car on the market. And much in the same way that Bentley has always set themselves apart from Rolls-Royce, for example, by having that motorsport and performance heritage, that is arguably never seen as well as in the Continental GT platform. This is a literal 200-mile-an-hour GT car on the one hand, with a 4.7 second 0 to 60 time, thanks to the direct trickle-down of technology from, of course, the same development group involved in the Bugatti Veyron. There are so many benefits that these cars had, including that four-wheel drive system. And of course, this vehicle came before the also game-changing Nissan R35 GTR, which also showed just what incredible things a four-wheel drive car could be capable of. These, though, did that in the luxury world. Even more weight, even more space, and yet somehow a vehicle which can take corners like nothing else on the road and which gives you a feeling of truly owning every mile that you drive. As we've described them before, they are simply put magnificent to drive. There is nothing which feels like a Bentley Continental, be it the four-door or here in two-door GT form. They're stunning to look at. You could even argue, and there's a fair argument to be made, that this initial form is still the most iconic look out of every generation which has come since. And there is a reason why, after all, this is quite literally the most successful W-engined car ever made, with that 6-litre twin-turbo W12 putting out 552 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque. And to complement this car's history, it's barely kissed 78,000 miles, and with so many of these cars passing well beyond six-figure mileage, whoever owns this car next has plenty of very, very enjoyable, as its name suggests, continent-crushing driving still to come. There is, of course, one thing, though, which we haven't mentioned as yet, and it's the most important thing, given that these were quite literally £120,000 cars when new. Now, though, they represent an astronomical amount of car for the money. The Jaguar XK, the Aston Martin Vantage, various other vehicles offer fantastic deals these days, but not quite as remarkable as these are, because this car is under £18,000. And that is with that superb history, excellent mileage, Mulliner spec as well as mentioned, and that still, of course, comes with the option, if you did want to spread out the cost, of low deposit finance as well. If then you are already considering a Bentley Continental GT and this particular spec catches your eye, as well it should, it will catch the eye of every single person who passes by it, then of course you could reach out regarding it via the email address shown here on screen, or give us a call on 01749 871155 or via our mobile number of 07482 267 439.